A lavish wedding celebration unfolds, guests mingling amidst opulent decorations, yet a sinister undercurrent flows beneath the surface. High above, on a secluded balcony draped with rich brown curtains, a man in bathrobe observes the scene, his casual attire a stark contrast to the formal event. His companion, a sharply dressed man in suit with a distinctive brooch, stands beside him, audibly questioning the choice of a bathrobe for a wedding, perhaps fearing it will tarnish his own reputation as a general of the shadow veins. The man in suit, ever conscious of public perception, decides to descend to the main festivities, leaving the man in bathrobe alone with his drink and his thoughts, his hand resting on the cool metal railing. Downstairs, amidst the throng of guests, a woman in white, radiating an air of command, approaches an artist woman. The artist woman, elegant in a white chipo and adorned with delicate floral and pearl hairpieces, is instructed to capture the wedding scene on canvas. She is told not to emerge until the painting is complete, effectively confining her to her task. The man in bathrobe, still on the balcony, watches this interaction, a cynical smile playing on his lips as he finds the entire spectacle and the artist's apparent obedience utterly soulless and boring. As the ceremony reaches its peak, with the groom and bride exchanging rings and sharing their first kiss as a married couple, the artist woman dutifully begins her work at an easel, her brush poised. Her artistic interpretation, however, takes a disturbing and unexpected turn. Instead of a joyous memento of the union, a macabre, grinning skull begins to take shape on the canvas, a clear omen of disruption. The man in bathrobe, having witnessed enough of the celebration, murmurs that it's time for him to depart. As he prepares to leave his vantage point, he encounters the artist woman in a room, her shocking masterpiece now visible. She doesn't shy away, instead boldly commenting on his impressive physique. With startling directness, she inquires if he is single and then, looking him straight in the eye, utters a clear invitation, "Sleep with me." The man in bathrobe, initially taken aback by her audacity, seems to decline, a hint of surprise in his expression. The artist woman, displaying remarkable composure, simply turns to leave with her controversial painting. In a sudden reversal, the man in bathrobe calls out, his voice firm, "I'll sleep with you." He strides towards her, his earlier reluctance gone, and seizes her. A passionate embrace follows before he effortlessly lifts her and carries her away down a corridor, her body draped over his shoulder. Their ensuing encounter is depicted as intense and intimate, with candlelit scenes of them together. Later, the man in bathrobe emerges from a shower, wrapped in a dark robe, only to find the room empty. The artist woman has vanished as quickly as she appeared. He reflects on her heartless departure and picks up his phone, making a call. His request is simple yet intriguing. He wants someone to find a woman for him. Meanwhile, the wedding reception is violently thrown into chaos. The beautiful decorations and joyful atmosphere are shattered by the discovery of the defaced wedding painting, the grinning skull mocking the happy occasion. The bride, resplendent in her gown, is understandably furious and distraught, her voice rising as she demands to know the whereabouts of the damned woman responsible for ruining her special day. The narrative then shifts to a tense family gathering in a well-appointed room. Mia, a striking woman in a vibrant red dress, finds herself the target of the bride's wrath. Jane vehemently accuses Mia of deliberately stealing the spotlight and causing irreparable trouble at her wedding. Mia calmly denies any involvement, asserting she was occupied in a studio during the alleged incidents. An older matron, identified as Mia's mother, joins the fray, sternly admonishing Mia for her perceived misconduct and lack of propriety. She emphasizes the shame Mia's actions have supposedly brought upon their prestigious family name, pointing out how everyone is now gossiping about Mia following the wedding debacle. The argument escalates, with Mia being branded as shameless, particularly for expressing a desire to visit her grandmother amidst such turmoil. An authoritative figure, the uncle, named Leo, distinguished by his glasses and calm demeanor, steps in to quell the heated dispute. He silences the accusers and, looking at Mia, permits her to stay, yet makes it abundantly clear she is under his strict supervision. Mia, refusing to be cowed, asserts her right as a law to move freely within her own house and passionately reiterates her desire to see her grandmother. The uncle appears to dismiss her pleas with a condescending remark, informing her that she will be placed in confinement. At this critical juncture, a visitor is announced, Friend Shaw has arrived to see Mia. Mia, ever resourceful, seizes this unexpected opportunity. She turns to her uncle and politely asks if she might be allowed to go out with friend Shaw. To everyone's surprise, the uncle consents, perhaps influenced by the Shaw family's prominent standing in Volia. But he imposes a strict 2-hour time limit on Mia's outing. Once safely inside a car with friend Shaw and her observant companion, Mia reveals her audacious true intentions. She is not merely going for a short outing. She is heading to the airport, planning to go to Galen. This is a clear act of defiance, an escape from her restrictive family. She further clarifies her ultimate destination is Darvan, where she intends to pursue postgraduate studies and reclaim her education. Friend Shaw reacts with enthusiastic support for Mia's bold decision to break free and pursue her ambitions. The conversation naturally turns to Mia's beloved grandmother, whom Mia has been prevented from seeing. Determined, Mia directs the car to her grandmother's residence, a traditional Chinese-style house. However, upon arrival, she is met by a stern-faced steward and other men loyal to the Luo family. They physically block her path, coldly informing her that she cannot see Mrs. Luo Sr. without Mr. Luo's explicit permission. From within the house, the faint but desperate cries of her grandmother can be heard, pleading for Mia, "Save me," but the guards are resolute. Mia is forcibly prevented from entering and is eventually dragged away, deeply distressed and heartbroken by the fact that they have kept her from her grandmother for 3 long years. Back in the relative safety of the car, a visibly shaken Mia declares she will not waste any more time on this futile struggle. Her companion astutely remarks on the pervasive craziness of the Luo family, with Mia being a notable exception, before asking which university Mia plans to attend. As they continue their journey, the camera briefly shows 2 pursuers in another vehicle, intently discussing their ongoing search for a woman from the wedding, a woman who wore a nice dress, had light makeup, and was quite pretty, a description that perfectly matches the artist woman. Suddenly, their attention is captured by a large, formidable convoy of sleek black cars speeding along the road. The companion identifies it as belonging to the Dao heir, from the elite and powerful Dao family in Moron. This Dao heir is a figure shrouded in mystery and fear, known ominously as the Shark of the High Seas, a ruthless individual reputed to control all cruise ships on international waters. The convoy itself is a display of immense power, featuring a unique, one-of-a-kind car at its center. As Mia hurtles towards an uncertain freedom and her cherished academic aspirations in Darvan, the imposing convoy of the enigmatic Dao heir, the formidable Shark of the High Seas, speeds along the same road, a symbol of the dangerous and influential world she is navigating. The intricate web of powerful, feuding families and shadowy figures looms large over her escape. Will Mia truly break free from the oppressive clutches of her controlling family? And what unforeseen significance does the sudden appearance of this immensely influential Dao heir hold for her perilous future and her quest for a new life? Her path is undeniably fraught with unforeseen dangers and encounters with powerful, unpredictable entities.